Hello dreamers, when was the last time you played with polystyrene? Have you ever wondered how to split it in half without making a mess everywhere? How do you cut it without endangering your limbs? It is even possible. Of course, there is a way, and that is a do-it-yourself polystyrene foam cutter. It allows to cut styrofoam easy, precisely and cleanly. To make it, I have prepared a 6mm wooden bolt. I pre-draw the elements I need, and now I'm going to cut them out. I start with the base, which will be a 60 by 60 centimeters, and 4 sides with a height of 6 centimeters. I will use corner brackets to hold the sides to base. Why do I use such brackets? Because I have those available right now. Screws also turn out to be longer than necessary. But that's not a problem because I just cut off the protruding part. There, my foundation is ready. For the cutter I will still need power supply, voltage regulator, heating wire 0.2mm, power cable for the AC side and some wires for the DC side. I choose the regulator to have electronic display and the power supply to provide 10 amps. I will also need a profile from which to make the arm holding the heating wire. First I will make the arm grip to the wooden base. For this purpose I cut 2 corner brackets from a 25 by 25mm profile, and I will cut a 6.5 cm plate from a 13mm flat bar. I'm going to weld the parts together so I can drill holes for bolts to go through. The hole will be 8mm, because such a bolt will be sufficient to hold the whole structure in place. Then from a hollow profile of 15 by 50mm I will make an L-shaped arm with a length of 30 cm and a height of 20 cm. At this length the hot wire will be right in the middle of the base, which is 60 by 60 cm. This is how I will attach the arm to the base. I put the wing nut on the arm in the back so I can adjust the angle of it. There will also be a plate on the inside of the base, with the idea that this would bring additional stability. I put the nut on the other side and tie them firmly. I make a hole to run the cable inside, where all the controls and wiring will fit. Time to install the display, power button and the adjustment knob. Now is the time to ask you if you have subscribed. And if you haven't, do it now. This way you help me and the channel grow. It turned out that the regulator was not suitable for mounting on such a board, but I still managed to mount it instably. Using short screws, I fastened the power supply to the base. The heating wire will pass through these things. If you're wondering what they are replacement nozzles for my welder machine. Don't judge me for making thread in the wood, I don't expect much load there, but if it come off, I will stick it on with 2-component glue. The copper nozzle I use are 0.8 mm thick. On the edge on the hanging side of the arm, I weld a nut, on which I wind the second nozzle. I'm left with the wiring. It takes time, but nothing complicated. The plus to one nozzle, the minus to the other, while passing through the regulator. Some of the parts I use are purchased from AliExpress. I put on the wire and stretch it like a guitar string. I attach the poles with the crocodile clip for easier mounting and dismounting of the wire. I am ready to do the first test. It can be painted and polished, but for now is enough to just work. Controller's display shows strange values. I will diagnose it later. Time to play. I will have to find the best settings by trial and error. Note that the length of the wire is about 20 cm. The shorter it is, the more heat it will develop. With a little imagination and a steady hand, all sorts of shape can be cut out of polystyrene. If you like the video, please give it a like. You can also follow us on the other platforms such as TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, etc. Just search for Dream About Anything and you will find us.